Hello everyone, I am going to present in the International Conference on Intelligent Systems Design and Applications on the topic Fabric Defect Detection using Deep Learning with paper ID 176. Myself Harini M and my team members are Deepan Kumar and Chitrasena Nehru Kasturi. And we are here with the guidance of our staff members Dr. P. Nadesan, Mr. R. Tamil Selvan and Mrs. E. Godai. Problem description. Let us discuss briefly about the problem which we have addressed. The process of producing fabrics including a crucial stage called fabric fault detection. The typical approach used in the textile industry to check for the fabric defect is human inspection. The humans can only inspect the fabrics just 12 meters per minute. This is very slow and inaccurate. This causes clothing manufacturers to get negative reviews and face financial losses. To address this issue, we have developed a model and implemented to detect the fabric defects in real time. We have used the YOLO V5S and faster RCNN model. The software tools used are Google Colab and Python 3.10 and the PyTorch. The PyTorch is nothing but the open source machine learning library developed by Facebook's AI Research Lab. This is the proposed methodology. The proposed methodology starts with the collection of data set which consists of 1000 images, then splitting the image into training, validation and test set, and then selecting the appropriate model such as the YOLO V5S and fasted RCNN, then training the model using the training set and testing the model using the test set, and then comparing the results of these models. Let us discuss about the data set. We have taken the data set from the link which we have shown here, and the data set description. The dimension of the image is 416 cross 416 and it has a horizontal and vertical resolution of 96 dots per inch and with the bit depth of 24. We have split the data set in the ratio of 3:1:1. That is 600 images for the training and 200 for validation and 200 for the testing purpose. Each folder has images and its corresponding label file. These are all the sample images from our dataset. The label folder has 5 numbers. The first one indicates the class to which the defect belongs to, and the next 4 number indicates the bounding box coordinates of the defect in the image. These are the 4 classes of defects which we have detected. 0 represents the hole defect, 1 represents the object defect, and 2 represents the oil defect, and the 3 represents the thread spot. CNN is base for all the models, hence we have explored CNN in order to understand YOLO better. CNN is the deep learning model used for image and video analysis task. It consists of multiple layers including the convolutional, pooling and fully connected layers. Let us next discuss about the various layers of the CNN in detail. The input, convolution, pooling are used to extract the features, and the fully connected layer is used to predict the defect and classify the defect. The convolutional layer. The convolutional layer is used to extract the various features from the input images. For extracting the feature, filter is used. Each filter is used to extract a specific kind of feature, such as horizontal filter and vertical filter. The filter slides over the input image and a mathematical operation is performed between them. If an input feature map has a dimension of n cross n and the filter is of the dimension f cross f, the resultant image has a dimension of n minus f plus 1 cross n minus f plus 1. The stride describes the number of steps by which the filter slides over the input image. The padding is used to add extra pixels around the border of the input feature map before convolution to avoid the size from being reduced. It has two types, same convolution and valid convolution. In valid convolution, padding is not used. In same convolution, padding is used. Hence, the dimension of the input image is equal to the dimension of the output image. Pooling layer. Pooling layer is used to reduce the size of the feature map in order to reduce the computational cost and to enhance the feature by reducing the noise and impurities. It has types such as max pool and average pooling. We have used max pooling here. The fully connected layer has a number of layers with neurons. Each neuron in one layer is connected to every other neuron in the next layer, hence named as fully connected. The number of neurons in the last layer is same as the number of classes the defect is classified into. In all the previous layers, we trained the model. In the fully connected layer, we are predicting the defect. This is the sample code in which we have visualized the intermediate results of the image. We are using the TensorFlow and the Keras. The TensorFlow is the low-level API and the Keras is the high-level API which have built over the TensorFlow. We have used two convolutional layer and two max pooling layer, and then we are visualizing the intermediate results. Here is the intermediate results of the convolutional and the max pooling layers. Next, coming to the YOLO v5. The YOLO v5 refers to the fifth version of the U-only look once object detection algorithm. YOLO is a popular real-time object detection system known for its speed and accuracy. The YOLO v5 architecture includes different versions denoted by sizes. It has YOLO v5S, M, L, and X. These versions vary in terms of the number of layers, model size, and computational requirements. We have used the YOLO v5S because it is the smallest and fastest variant in the YOLO v5 series. It has a relatively smaller number of layers compared to other versions. The YOLO v5S is designed for applications where the real-time processing and lower computational requirements are critical. It has three major regions such as the backbone, neck, and the head. The backbone is nothing but the CSP darknet 53. It has 53 convolutional layer, 3 max pooling layer, and it is used to extract feature from the input image. Next is the neck region, which is nothing but the PANet. It has 3 convolutional layer, 2 max pooling layer. It is responsible for fusing the features which we have extracted from the backbone network. The last is the YOLO v5 head. It has 3 convolutional layer. It is responsible for predicting the bounding boxes. This is the YOLO v5S folder structure. The data folder consists of the train and the test data, which has the labels and the images folder. The images folder consists of the images of the data set, and the labels folder consists of the corresponding labels of each image. The models folder consists of a file called YOLO v5s.pt. The YOLO v5s.pt file is the pre-trained model for the YOLO v5s architecture. The next is the weights folder. Each feature has a weight associated with it in order to specify the importance of this importance of the feature. It has two file best.pt and last.pt. The best.pt refers to the model checkpoint saved at the epoch or iteration where the model achieved the best performance on a chosen validation metric. The last.pt. This checkpoint represents the latest state of the model after completing the specified number of iterations. The labels folder. As I said earlier, the label folder contains the class to which the defect belongs to and the coordinates of the bounding boxes of each image. Faster RCNN. The full form of the faster RCNN is the Faster Region Convolutional Neural Network. It is a state-of-the-art object detection architecture of the RCNN family. It has two major parts, Regional Proposal Network and Faster RCNN Detector. The Regional Proposal Network. The RPNN takes the feature maps generated by the convolutional layers of a pre-trained CNN and slides a small window over these feature maps. At each location, the RPNN predicts whether an object is present and refines the coordinates of the bounding box associated with the proposal. The RPNN outputs a set of region proposals with associated scores, indicating the likelihood of each region containing an object. These proposals are then used as input for subsequent stages. The fast RCN detector. The region proposals are passed through a process called ROI, which extracts fixed size feature maps from each proposal, making them compatible with subsequent layers. The ROI pulled features are then passed through fully connected layers to predict the class scores and refine the bounding box coordinates. The final output of the fast RCN detector is a set of class scores for each proposed region, along with the refined bounding box coordinates. Non-maximum suppression is typically used to filter out redundant and overlapping deductions. Let us move to the coding part. First, we have to clone the YOLO v5 from the GitHub link https://github.com/ultralytics/YOLO v5, after which we have to upload the dataset in the Google Colab. Then we are installing all the necessary libraries which we are going to use. Then we are just printing the data.yml file, which consists of all the details regarding the data set, such as the path to the train set and a path to the validation and the number of classes, um, and then we are having the YOLO v5s.yml file inside the models folder. It consists of the predefined code. In this, all the code details are passed as parameters instead of hard coding as in case of CNN. We can make the changes as per our need in order to fine tune and get the best accuracy. Here we can change the number of classes, depth and width multiple as per our need. The depth multiple refers to the number of layers. If the depth multiple is 1, it has the same number of layers as that of the original YOLO v5. If it is half, we have used the half the number of 0.5 means we have used half the number of layers as of original YOLO v5. And the width multiple refers to the number of channels or filters. Here we have used half the number of channels compared to the original YOLO v5. And the anchors, we have anchors such as P3 by 8, P4 by 16 and P5 by 32. It refers to the anchor boxes um, used during the anchor based object detection process, where the model predicts bounding boxes by adjusting anchor box dimensions. And we have the code for the backbone and the neck and the head region. We are training the model. The input image is 416 cross 416, and the number of epochs we used is 100 and the batch size is 16. After training, we have saved the test images in a separate folder called experiment. This is the results we got for each class, and this is the confusion matrix and the PR curve. The PR curve has the precision and the recall. This is the results we got for each defect. And at last we are comparing the results of the YOLO v5s with the faster RCN. We got accuracy and FPS high in YOLO v5s, and hence it can be used in real time. Thank you.